English language, which is the most popular language in the world. As of 2020, there were 58 sovereign states and 28 non-sovereign entities, where English was an official language, and many administrative divisions have declared English an official language at the local or regional level. Since the 17th century, Christian missionaries introduced the Latin script to the old British islands. Finally, the Latin script became the script to write the English language on paper. But when we read or write English, I believe you also find this point. English is not like Spanish, Japanese, whose word syllables and the alphabet can be matched one for one correspondingly. The English alphabet cannot measure every syllable. For example, although English have 5 word characters, they have 20 different speaking thoughts. In the old times, the English speakers also found this situation, so in order to fix this problem, they decided to create a new writing system that belonged to the English language especially. So, this is the Shavian alphabet, also known as the Shaw alphabet. So into this video, let's talk about the Shaw alphabet. From this name, we can find that the script simply has some relation with the great and famous writer George Bernard Shaw. In fact, it was true. Indeed, there was some relations between Shaw and the Shaw alphabet, but he was not the actual creator. If we want to know the Shaw alphabet, we need to go back 100 years. In 1926 to 1939, George Bernard Shaw had served on the BBC's Advisory Committee on Spoken English. At the same time, he also was a vocal critic of English spelling, because it often deviated from the alphabetic principle. Shaw also was a Pitman shorthand user for years. Although Pitman shorthand was an efficient writing system, it had its own limitations, so it was not a suitable replacement for traditional English Latin script. Especially, it was hard to apply in the production of printed material. But Shaw still desired and advocated a phonetic spelling reform and wanted to create a new alphabet. Then he started to push the reform project going. In his mind, this new alphabet should have at least 40 letters. The letters should have one-by-one correspondence to phonemes, and the new spelling should be simply misspellings and different from the Latin script. The new English script was always Shaw's dream. We even can find his passion for the alphabet reform in his will of June 1950, in which a provision was made for Sir James Pitman with a grant in aid from the public trustee to establish a Shaw alphabet. Following Shaw's death in November 1950, the Shaw alphabet entered the next stage after serious worldwide competition that was announced by the trustee aimed at designing such an alphabet. Finally, there were 4 people who won this design of the new alphabet. Since then, we got a mature new English script as well. On paper, the new script is indeed a script that can replace the English Latin script of nowadays. Meanwhile, there are many people and organizations dedicated to promoting the new script. But changing the habit of people is a very hard mission. And for the non-English speakers, the Latin script is still a script for easy learning. In addition, before the internet, the people even invented a special Shaw alphabet typewriter, but this will be another story in our future video. Now, we have seen the history. It's time to focus on the letters. Typically, Shavian letters have 3 kinds of letters: tall and deep letters, short letters, and lectures. From the shape of letters, we may see they are simpler than the Latin script. The simpler point also reflects on handwriting. Every new letter requires only a single stroke to be written on paper. So according to this point, the Shaw alphabet also is like another kind of shorthand, just like the Pitman shorthand. In addition, because the new script doesn't need to spell the uppercase or lowercase letters, if people want to write the proper noun, they will use a namer dot that is placed before a name to mark the proper noun. Besides the namer dot rule, there are some rules in order to distinguish the different dialects and different words that are the same in Latin script. At the same time, the Shavian alphabet do not have the stress marks. It still can write the different words that have very little different in stress on paper by using different letter combination, like this example. Besides those, this new writing system also offered 5 common words that abbreviate as a single letters. Okay, this is today's video, and thank you for watching. Hope you can like this video. Have a good day. See you next time. Bye.